Welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it. What is up, gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the UMP. I really do appreciate it. And today, we are going to talk about this new Facebook phenomenon. Are we dating the same guy? Have you heard of this shit? Girls are getting on Facebook, basically putting screenshots of guys' dating profiles and asking, are we dating the same guy? Now, a lot of guys freaking out about this. They're talking shit about women. They're all fucking pissed off. They're hyper-extending their anal chakras. And I want to let you know, relax, brothers, relax. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through this together. I'm going to tell you what I found about these things, what I think of them, and how to get past those seemingly negative things that's going to come out of this when girls perhaps see that you are dating multiple girls, okay? So there's always a way to explain yourself. There's always a way to date women in the correct way, which is what I talk about anyway on this podcast. This is exactly why I tell you guys to date girls in this certain way, and we're going to talk about that. Again, the phenomenon is basically in every big city, Chicago, New York, Denver, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and even smaller cities, girls are all getting on this thing to know if you're a fucking player. Okay, so they basically get your profile from the dating apps and or take a picture of you or get a picture of you, but mostly it's dating app based. Put your profile on there and then they say, oh, I'm dating that guy too. What was he like? And they kind of like give a report about you. All right, so as I said, I had my friend get on this thing and I checked it out. And first of all, there's so many different girls talking on there. There's so much shit talking that even if you do get put on there, you'll probably like disappear from the feed in 20 seconds because it's just, there's a lot of activity on there. And what is it, boys? It's girls gossiping. What do you think girls are going to do anyway? They're going to do this anyway, man. I mean, before this kind of stuff came out, when I was living in Tempe, Arizona, as I spoke about recently, I was a piece of shit and they talked to each other and they found out anyway. So the real moral of the story is if you're a piece of crap, sleeping with tons of girls, using them, making them promises you don't intend to keep just to get their sex, they're going to find out either through the Facebook page, through Instagram, through text messaging, through snail mail, through the fucking cups that you hold on your ear and there's like a string connected to them. They're going to find out because girls talk to one another. So the solution to this, as I've always told you guys through 500 episodes of this, is to not shit where you eat. Don't have sex with a girl unless you're very, very positive that it's not going to blow up in your face. Learn from my mistakes, okay? I used to have sex with every single girl I could in Tempe, Arizona, and it blew up in my face because they started talking to one another. So when I moved to Colorado, I refined my system, the same system that I teach to you guys, which is meet girls, get them attracted to you. You can go on dates with them, but only have sex with them if you vet them and you're sure that it may actually go somewhere. Now, I know this blows out a lot of your guys' goals where it's like, dude, I want to sleep with as many girls as I can. And I'll tell you, if you want to do that, I'll give you the method, okay? I'll give you the method still. But I strongly suggest you vet girls very thoroughly before you have sex with them. I always tell this story about a girl who was super attracted to me in the nightclub. I was literally talking to this girl for 5 minutes, and within 5 minutes, she offered to suck my dick on the roof of the bar. There's like this little hiding area that you can go up to on this one bar in Denver. It's on a roof, and she's like, come on, let's go up there. I want to suck your dick. Do you think I let her do that? Fuck to the no, bro. Why? Because she probably sucked some other dude's dick there last weekend or was sucking a dick 2 hours ago. So anytime I get a girl who's really like slutty and willing to do those kinds of things, it's always a red flag. So you have to ask yourself, if I'm getting as much sex as possible, a lot of that sex is going to come from girls who perhaps have those loose morals. And if you're a woman listening, I'm not attacking women who have loose morals. It's fine. You could do what you want. I'm just saying I don't want to stick my dick in them. And there's guys too who have loose morals. So it happens. I'm not judging it. I'm just saying that me, along with you guys, probably don't want to be having sex with girls like that. So getting laid lots of times, and as I said, I'm going to get into how to do that without hopefully fucking up your reputation, is one thing, but I assure you, brother, it gets kind of gross after a while. It's kind of disgusting when you're having sex with multiple girls. Plus, it's very shallow. It feels like a part of your soul leaves your body every time you have meaningless sex. So you do that enough times, and again, we're going to get to it, all right? It gets old. It gets really old, and then you start to think, let me focus on real connections. Let me focus on actually getting to know girls. So when it comes to this whole, are we dating the same guy kind of thing, you're allowed to go on lots of dates. And in fact, in some ways, when a girl sees that other girls are talking about you, but they don't say that you're having sex with them, but instead, yeah, I went on a date with that guy, he didn't call me back, or we made out a little bit and it didn't go any further than that, you're okay. You're okay. And this is what I found out. You can talk to lots of girls. You can date lots of girls. You can make out with lots of girls and even go to second base, as it were. But the second private parts start getting involved in the mix, that's where the problem happens. So when I moved to Colorado, I talked to so many girls, and girls knew I had a reputation. Mark is a flirt. Okay. And that's as far as it went. Mark is a flirt. He talks to all kinds of girls. He goes on dates, but as far as having sex with other girls, like, yeah, we know some girls that he had sex with, but he doesn't feel like a slut to us. So I was never shamed. I was never canceled. I was actually getting more attraction from girls who knew my reputation, because what's my reputation? He's hard to get into bed. And that reputation worked so well for me because I passed up on all the girls that I was like, dude, you know how it is. Like, I'll hit it once and I know I'm just not going to do it again because she has a nice ass, she has some nice tits, but everything else about her is not good. But God, I just kind of want to get a sick duck from her because her lips are like DSL, dick sucking lips. Don't do that shit. You have to control that red helmeted warrior in your pants, and you just don't do it. Instead, what you do is you talk to everybody. You flirt with everybody. You go on dates, but then you're like, meh, I don't think I'll be hitting that one. It's like the old Limp Bizkit song, no need to knock another home run out. It's a no-go. And that's the way I eventually got to. Now, for those of you who haven't got there, as I keep saying, stick around. We're going to talk about how to do it. But for those of you who are in the dating scene, I bet probably 80% of you listening are like, yeah, man, I don't just want to fuck everything that walks. That's pretty gross. And I'll tell you, even if you haven't done it and you do end up doing it, I can guarantee you after some of you 20, 40, 60, 100 girls, you're like, dude, this is gross. It's unfulfilling. You know what it's like? It's like eating cotton candy. It's like going to the fair and you could have like a really nice steak, which is like a relationship, a woman that you're really connected to, or you could just blast on the fucking cotton candy, bro. Just stick your arm in that cotton candy thing and just lick it off your fucking wrists. That's going to be fun for a little while, but eventually it's going to be unfulfilling. That's the way it is to have sex with lots of different girls. So if you're afraid of this happening to you, then just do what I said. You can still open any girl you see. You can still talk to them. You can still interact with them, date them, even, yes, make out with them. But the second, as I said, your dick comes out or her pussy comes out, that's when problems begin to happen. So this page, right? Basically, they're talking shit. They're gossiping. There is a ton of negativity in there, a ton of negativity. I got sick of it after reading just a couple of different profiles, just a couple of different comments, because it's a negative fucking gossip circle. It's a sewing circle where they're talking shit about men. Ask yourself, what kind of girl would be in that kind of community? Is it a girl that I would like to be with? Is it a woman who I would like to spend the rest of my life with? Sure, she may be perusing it and just making sure that you pass muster. But as I said, if you are behaving the way I teach my guys to behave, you're going to be fine. And the vast majority of those girls, I'm talking like 90%, are very, very toxic. They're very, very negative, at least from what I saw. Okay, if you're listening and you're a female and you're getting all pissed off because of X, Y, Z and the third, I get so much hate mail from chicks. It's fucking incredible. I can't even believe it. Relax, okay? I'm saying what I saw in the one Facebook page that I saw, it was very negative, it was very gossip-induced, and it was very toxic in that area. So why even be afraid to fuck with it? Because a high-quality girl won't be doing that. And I'll tell you something else, man. High-quality women can know, they can sense when you're a fuckboy or you're just going to use them and leave them. And you can sense, too, when a girl is low quality and she's just going to use you and leave you, or she's a one-night stand kind of girl. So if you're a high-quality dude, you are going to attract yourself via the law of attraction a good chick who isn't fucking with stuff like that. And if you're doing the thing that I always tell my guys to do, which is this, I'm looking for my wife. I'm looking for my wife. What happens when you're trying to look for your car keys? Do you just look in one spot? No, you look everywhere. You look under the pillow, you look on the desk, you look in your car, you look everywhere you can to try to find those all important car keys. It's the same thing you're doing. So whenever girls go, oh, you talk to so many girls, I heard you date girls, I always say, yeah, I'm looking for my wife. Can you really blame me for that? You're looking for your husband, aren't you? Yeah, but exactly. Are you talking to lots of dudes? Yeah, but okay, stop. You're doing the exact same thing I am. It's just toxic masculinity, quote unquote, is being heaped upon me because I'm a dude and I'm trying to find my girl. There's no problem with it, boys, and I don't want you to think there is. I want you talking to tons of chicks, going on as many dates as you can. Yes, making out with them, then seeing if they make the cut. And when you have sex with them, just do a little research. Who does this chick know? Did I have sex with her friend's friend? No, I think we're in the clear. And here's another thing too. Women tend to run in circles. There's friendship circles that usually involve like 20 to 25 people who have connections. And then there's a circle over here where they don't know each other. You may get somebody who's like 4 people removed who knows somebody 4 people removed from that person. You know, it's like, what was it? The 7 layers of Kevin Bacon. You can always find a movie that Kevin Bacon was in. It's kind of the same thing with people. But if you want to go be that fuckboy, here's what you do. Go and do it and pull from different cities, different locations. Don't go to just one nightclub in your city and just pull chicks out of there consistently. If you're going to be that dude, and yes, I was that dude when I was in Arizona, I pulled from Tempe, Scottsdale, Phoenix, Peoria, Glendale. I was all over the fucking court. And that kept me okay for a couple of years. I got away with that shit for 3 years, dude. And I was talking to fucking thousands of chicks. So if I could do that for 3 years without finally getting caught, and I fucked up because, bro, I was like Captain Horny, right? Like get it in, I'd fuck a snake if I could hold it straight kind of style. If I could do that for 3 years, what could you do if you're just a little more careful than I was? Then when I came to Colorado, I spent almost a decade gaming. Yes, I got the chance to have sex and interact with lots of different girls, but because I was cognizant of my reputation, I didn't ruin my reputation. So it's just that simple. Don't be afraid of this thing. First of all, you're probably not going to show up on there in the first place. If you do, you're going to go quickly through the feed. The chicks on there are freaking usually pretty toxic and negative, so why do you want to screw with them anyway? And then if you do it correctly, which is being very careful with who you have sex with, it likely won't blow up in your face. This goes back to the all-important question. Well, if I'm dating all kinds of girls and a girl who I'm dating asks me, are you dating other girls? Do I lie or do I tell the truth? If you're not having sex with those other girls, which is what I suggest, and I'll explain it in a second, you can tell them the truth. Yeah, I'm talking to girls. Yeah, I'm dating them. I'm looking for my woman. I'm looking for my wife, you could even say. And then she says, well, are you having sex with them? You say no. So the way I suggest my guys do it is to have sex with one woman at a time. If that doesn't work out and you meet a new girl, you can have sex with her. It's kind of like walking across a pond. We as men, and I'm sure you guys can relate to this, don't like to have our foot leave the previous rock until our other foot is firmly established on the current rock, if you know what I'm saying. So when I was a player, and even when I wasn't, what I did is I went from girl to girl to girl, and I wasn't always successful now, but I tried to just have sex with one girl at a time. I also tried to do it where I was just like fucking everybody I could. And if they asked me, are you sleeping with other girls? I did 2 things. First, I lied. That never worked out because the truth always reveals itself. Then I told the truth, and about 60 to 70% of the girls would leave, but 30% would stay. And then I asked myself, well, wait, those 30%, why are they staying? I'm sleeping with other girls and they know it because they're fucking other dudes. So now I'm not only sleeping with these girls, I'm sleeping with all the dudes that they've slept with. How gross is that? So I got to the point where I became very cognizant of who I sleep with. I would push girls away. I'd be like, nah, let's not do it. And then they'd throw themselves at me. So it's a seduction tactic, boys. And I'm sure a lot of you have used this. We're like, let's wait. Let's not do that. That's when they throw it at you, when you're unavailable. So be that dude who's out of their grasp. Have a very strict vetting process. And look, if you get called out, like, oh, I saw you on this site. Are we dating the same guy? You could just be like, yeah, were they talking shit about me? Well, they said that they all went on dates with you and you blew them out. Okay, I'm looking for my wife. By the way, what are you doing on that site? Why would you be on a site that's so negative? Oh, because I want to protect myself. Don't you trust your intuition enough to protect yourself just based on that? Can't you tell if a guy's a piece of shit? Wouldn't you be able to deduce if he's using you and fucking other girls? Come on. Trust your own intuition. We all have that ability to know what's happening. Don't go on that freaking negative, toxic induced website where girls are just talking shit. And again, people, it's just what I saw. Okay. It's just what I saw. And convince her, like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you attacking me? Do we guys have a website like, oh, are we dating the same girl? No, because I can tell that you're a good chick. And you know what? If you are talking to other dudes, which I'm sure you are, because I know how you are, little Casanova, I'm not butthurt about it. Because like me, you're looking for your man, just like I'm looking for my girl. How can you hold that against me? So you have to have faith in your ability to talk your way through it. But the way to talk yourself into a hole is to fuck like a goddamn bunny rabbit, have sex with anything that moves. Yeah, you're going to blow out your reputation. If you want to do that, as I said, you got to get good enough where you can go to different cities. And hopefully you live in a location where you can pick from this pool, pick from that pool, ruin your reputation in Yorba Linda before you go ruin your reputation in Santa Ana and just blow out city after city. I'm telling you, man, after 20, 30, 50, maybe for some of you 100, I have some guys that like want to like fuck hundreds of girls. It gets old and it gets gross. It gets gross. I've tasted some of the nastiest shit, like bad breath, disgusting saliva, pussies that stink. Like I've seen some nasty shit. I've had a lot of good experiences too, but dude, it's not worth it. Now, that being said, I think each of you has to figure that out for himself. So you got to choose your own path. You have to choose what you want to do. But I'm telling you, the way to get good with girls so you can meet that super high quality one is to talk to tons of them, go on tons of dates, get your skill set of spitting game down. Then you can choose the one that's best for you, but you don't have to fuck every girl you see. And if you don't have sex with every girl you see, you're not going to get a bad reputation, not even on that Facebook page. Are we dating the same guy? So it's a non-threat, gentlemen. Carry on with your airborne self. Be a fucking legend. Launch a fusillade of championhood off the starboard bow and carry on as if it's not even happening. And if a girl calls you out on it, you have a defense. You call her out on it. What do I always say? Flip the frame. Why are you on a website like that? Why are you questioning me? Do you not trust me? What did they say? Did they say, oh, he's fucking everybody? No, of course they didn't. Because that's not what I'm doing. I'm looking for my girl, just like you're looking for your guy. So take a step back, relax a little bit, and let's carry on. What do you want for dinner? And you just blow past it like that. Guys, it's a non-issue. It's just a development from technology that girls do anyway. They gossip, so prepare for it and be smart. Use that gray matter between your two ears and execute in a way that isn't going to get you in trouble and get you banned from the city of Tempe, Arizona, as I was. Now that I'm in Colorado, I have a reputation. My reputation is he's charismatic, he's a social butterfly, he loves to flirt with girls, but he's loyal to his girl. He doesn't fuck other girls, he doesn't cheat on Marissa. He's a champion, and I'm attracted to him. And when girls see that other girls are talking about you on the app and saying, no, I didn't fuck him, but he blew me out, he wasn't interested in me, it's actually gonna make you look better. It's going to make you look better because you have pre-selection. Oh, look at this cute girl. She's talking about him. This cute girl, she's talking about him too. As long as you don't put it in every single one of those girls, you are golden Colorado, my friend. You are fine. It's actually going to help you out. So gentlemen, I do appreciate you listening. If you want to get the ability to attract women at will by, yes, talking to as many girls as possible, going on as many dates as possible, making out with as many girls as you want to, hit me up. Go to my website, CoachMarkSing.com, click on coaching, fill in the quick application. I actually shortened the application a little bit. And I'm adding video testimonials that will be up probably around the time this podcast drops. So check those out as well. And gentlemen, I would love to work with you. Let's get you so many girls that you can choose the best one. From quantity comes quality. I want to help you get your queen. That's my mission here. I do appreciate you listening, gentlemen. I drop podcasts on Mondays and Thursdays, so please stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you in the next episode.